I bring you greetings from the Stamp Branch Missionary Baptist Church, where I'm just grateful to be able to do a work for the Lord one more time. This morning's Sunday school lesson is No Substitute. Printed passage comes from Revelations chapter 22, verses 10 through 21. Verse 10 says, "And he said to me, don't seal up the words of the prophecy on this book, for the time is near." Verse 11 said, "Let the evildoers still do evil, and the filthy still be filthy, and the righteous still do right, and the holy still be holy. See, I am coming soon. My reward is with me to repay according to everyone's work." Verse 13 said, "I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end." Verse 14 said, "Blessed are those who wash their robes, so that they will have the right to the tree of life and may enter the city of the gates." Verse 15 said, "Outside are the dogs and the sorcerers and the fornicators and the murderers and adulterers, that everyone who loves and practices falsehood." My brothers and sisters, I'm here to let you know that there's no place in heaven for those that do not love the Lord. And I say that because if you love the Lord, you will not do certain things. If you love the Lord, you will obey his commandments. If you love the Lord, you'll do everything you can to do everything that's pleasing in his sight. But when those that don't truly love the Lord, they're going to be the ones that are going to be outside the gate. They're going to be the dogs, the sorcerers, the fornicators, the murderers, and the adulterers, and everyone who loves and practices falsehood. You're practicing falsehood when you say that you love God, but you really don't love him as you should love him. If you want to be able to see the living water, the running water that runs down from heaven, the true water, if you want to be able to cross that old Jordan River, if you want to be able to see Jesus one day, if you want to be able to see your master in heaven, you've got to live right. You can't continue to live any old way and just feel like because you live any old way and you can do any old thing. Yes, I understand that God said that if you ask for forgiveness, you shall be forgiven, but you just can't keep doing and mistreat people and keep doing people wrong, because one thing about it, if you love God, if you want to please God, you're going to do what's pleasing to him. You can't love God, but yet still you continue to disobey his commandment. You can't love God, but yet you still continue to mistreat people, to misuse people, to do people wrong, to not try to live a holy right that's pleasing in God's sight. My brothers and sisters, time is coming. The time is drawing near, and you ought to look around at the signs. The signs are letting us know that if we don't get our lives right with the master, that we'll soon be headed to a road to hell. The truth of the matter is, you're going to live right and you're going to do what's pleasing in God's eyes, and you're going to go and you're going to be with the master for eternal. You're going to continue to do wrong, and you're going to continue to do things that you are not know that are not pleasing to God. You're going to continue to do wrong by your brothers, your sisters, to do wrong by Christ, and you're going to end up in the lake. God has already prepared a place for prepared people. And if you don't want to be in that place that's prepared for those people, you need to live a life that's pleasing in God's eyes. There's no substitution. There's no substitution for doing right. You got to do right. You got to do right by the master. You got to do right by your family, your friends. But most of all, you got to do right by God. And as long as you do right by God, anything and everything else will fall into place. You can't do right by God and do people wrong.